Twisted Christian here, and today I am going to be featuring Currency365, a video on his top currencies. So I want you guys to take a listen. All the support links are there, and don't forget to subscribe to Currency365 and catch up on your very daily news on the dinar and other investments. Twisted Christian out.
In this video, we're going to talk about some of the currencies that I like, that I still like, and that haven't done anything yet, but I still think that in the reset, when the financial crashes happen and the wealth transfer happens, these currencies will reset. And so I don't have a list. I'm going to just go off the top of my head and remember all of them. And then also we're going to check in on the trade deal, which is literally filled with Nancy Pelosi's stuff. She literally comes from the dead, because we haven't heard from Nancy Pelosi in a while, and she just comes out of the dead and talks about every trade deals and things like that. So we'll get into that. Also, Brexit stuff is filled with Nancy Pelosi as well, and then we'll look at some altcoins. So let's get into this. Let's see what it's all about. Okay, so also Benny's pay-per-view is out now, and so I'll be checking that out tonight. And yeah, so if you guys want to check that out, if you have the money, check it out. Cool. If you don't, then don't sweat it. Right? It's only for people that have the money to check it out. All right. Just wait for the next live stream, which will be the final warning. Right? And I'm hoping that Benny doesn't do another live stream until then. Maybe he will do another live stream before the final warning. I don't know, but the final warning live stream is going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. So final warning, and then within, I guess, days or weeks, they're going to release the 1-800 numbers for people to be deceived and scammed. Okay. So moving on from there, no one messaged me or emailed? Oh no, well, you guys don't email me, but no one messaged me or hit me up on Twitter or messaged me on Patreon or anything about the 7777 that I saw in my dream. So I guess nobody knows what that means. Okay. So let's just move on then. I did have another dream last night, which was crazy, yo. It was unbelievable. It was enjoyable, man. I was chilling, man. It was really a detailed dream, and um yeah. So that's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna tell you guys a dream. I think I tell you guys a lot, too many of my dreams, and sometimes you just need to leave some of the dreams to yourself. Now, of course, I don't tell you everything, all my dreams, but some dreams, I think the Holy Spirit's telling me to keep it to myself. So I am. I'm keeping it to myself. Okay. So, anyways, let's get into this. So you guys see a bunch of currencies here, as you guys know. You got the dollar, you got the euro, and you got all the other, Turkey ones and all the other ones there. Okay, so I still like the same currencies. Okay, I still like the same currencies that you guys have heard for years now, and they haven't done anything. They haven't even made major moves up or down. Isn't that interesting? All these years, the ones that we have pointed out have literally stayed the same, right? China's been devaluing. Russia's devalued tremendously in the last 5 years. And then you had some that maybe came up a little bit. Okay, and then but many of the currencies have devalued. Literally like 80. What was it? 80 to 90% of the currencies around the world have devalued tremendously. Okay, Venezuela and all these other ones, right? Zimbabwe, Venezuela, have all devalued. But the ones that I've been talking about, except for Iran because they were under sanctions, but the ones that I've been talking about, they haven't been drastically devaluing. They've literally stayed the same the whole time. The ones that I've said that could be in the reset, could be reset currencies to see value gains, or go to their true value in the economic crash, wealth transfer, right? They've stayed the same. One could be, of course we know about Iraq, but we'll talk about that later. But South Korean won. South Korean won has literally unchanged for the last 5 years. Like since I've been talking about it online openly, the South Korean won is something that, and that's the currency that you can get at your bank, right? So what I mean. So you can get, and of course, you have to order it, and I think I'm not sure how long it takes to get it, but you once you order it, it's accounted for, right? Once you order and pay for it, it doesn't matter if it's on the way or not. If it revalues while it's on the way for some strange reason, you're good, okay? You're still going to get your currency, okay? It's not like they're going to stop, halt everything, and say, oh, the currency is revalued, send it back, right? So as long as you have ordered it, you're good to go. You'll get that. You've already paid for it, so you'll get your currencies at the price you already paid for it, okay? And then you'll be able to then do something, maybe exchange it back for something else or whatever. Okay, so South Korean won. South Korean won has been a currency that's just been stable. Okay. And I still believe that South Korea and North Korea will unite as Korea sometime in the future. And yeah, and that would boost their currency massively, right? So the prices I was thinking about, for South Korea, that goes out the window if they unite with North Korea and then they have the Korean won, right? It's just not, instead of South Korean won and North Korea, whatever that is, right? North Korea, I'm guessing North Korea, well, the North Korean, I'm guessing it's the North Korean won as well, or is it something else? I don't know. I don't focus on the North Korea currency. I only focus on the South Korean won. Okay, so but you imagine if they combine both countries together and they become one, the currency would be really strong. Okay, so that's one that you can go and get at that one at the bank, right? That's on the list of currencies at the bank. Okay, so that one's another one. Um, and then you have Indonesia, of course, Indonesia rupiah. A lot of people had high hopes for Indonesia this year. I didn't. Okay, I'm like, I'm seeing all these people talk about the Indonesian won Indonesia rupiah on the on the TV or internet or what's that place that I used to I used to show the videos from. I forgot what it was. Not Market Watch. It's the other one. It had Natuli Nakubi was on there from Zimbabwe several times. What is that called? I forgot what it was called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The show that features some of these people. They would come on there and they talked about the Indonesia rupiah and how it was going to be great this year, and it's literally been the same as the last other years. It's literally just stable. It's stable, and and it's waiting for the reset, in my opinion. And then you have so I said the South Korean won, the Indonesia rupiah. You should be able to get that at your banks as well, right? Um, Let me see what else. The Indian rupee was on my list when I first started. I took it off my list because it was kind of high, and I'm literally just looking for ones that are going to make us significant gains. So, Indian rupee was on my list back then, but I've taken it off my list in the recent years, and I just want to focus on literally coins, currencies that are under 1 cent that can make us significant wealth transfers, right? So Indonesia rupiah, South Korean won. Then we have, of course, the Iraqi dinar. Remember when I used to use this logo a long time ago when I first started? That was interesting. It's still here. The picture is still there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I just realized that, like, oh, this is a picture I used to use, and I also used this one for Benny's video at one point. Wow. So the internet keeps following me. Oh yeah, the internet does follow me because remember when I started watching Three's Company? So a lot of you guys that follow me on Twitter know that I've been watching Three's Company. Almost every day. Sometimes I take the days off so I don't get, so I can miss it. You know what I mean? And so what happened was I started watching Three's Company, and it was on YouTube, right? It was on YouTube. It was on Daily Motions as well. And all of a sudden, after I started watching it and started telling you guys about it on Twitter, and then I made a post about it on Instagram with me smiling, all of a sudden all the three companies' videos on YouTube and Daily Motion, are getting a copyright infringement now. But they were fine before I started watching them, right? They were just sitting there, and some of them have been there for 4 or 5 years, right? And all of a sudden, when I started watching it and I started posting about it, now I go back to those videos. They're all a lot of the people had to put their videos on private, and I'm like, what in the world? They didn't have to do that before. And so now I start watching it and I post about Three's Company. Now they're attacking all the videos online about Three's Company. It's very, very strange. Okay. So I just thought that was strange, man. And so this is what's been but this has been going on for years. You guys, you guys only knew, man, what it is to be Currency 365, and these bastards. Okay, so yeah, so let's go back. So South Korean won, Indonesia rupiah, and then I put India off my list, but India's there, but it's too high for me. It's too high for me. And I don't know what type of significant gains it will be able to make that will, make me that would want me to come out of one of the other currencies, to get that one, right? And then you have the Iraqi dinar. Okay, so the Iraqi dinar, of course, leads the class, and it's been stable, right? A little bit of small devaluations, but over the last 5 years, it's been literally same price, right? 1166, 1180, 1190, right? So 1182, 1180, 1190. So it's literally been the same, almost the same price for 5 years, right? So it hasn't. So since I've been talking about it. It hasn't done it. It hasn't gone up significantly. It hasn't gone down significantly. It's literally been stable. Okay, so that's another one that's just been stable. And then you have now Iran is a wild card because Iran's under sanctions. So and then now they're going to be or they're choosing right now to lock. Doesn't mean that that's going to happen because we can see an uprise before they do it, right? And then the citizens can say, "No, we're not going to lock, but we're going to revalue." Yeah, okay. So let's just see how that plays out because right now Iran wants to. I might have to do a video on that by itself, okay? And I might just put that on YouTube or something because I'm already saying it here, okay? But um, yeah, I might do that. I might have to do that tonight. Maybe I just do that video tonight and just talk about how that could be a trick. But anyways, so yeah, so Iran could, they have it on the table to lock, but they haven't locked yet, okay? And so what if the citizens uprise? And they remove the Ayatollah Khamenei and the President Rouhani, and they choose not to lop, right? And they choose to actually revalue, instead. That would be crazy. Wouldn't I mean that wouldn't be crazy, but that would be awesome for people that hold the Iranian and thought that they were just going to lop. Now, let's say they don't do that. Let's say they actually do lop, right? And you could still make money off, but it would be in this category with India, right? India is too high. Iran would be around that 23, 24 cents, 25 cents. Yes, you could probably still make money on it if they went to 1 to 1. That's awesome, but it's not worth to buy it, and come out of the other ones that are at the way under 1 cent, right? So that's the only thing I could say about this. Like, why would I choose 23 cents over something that's at 0.008, 0.001? Okay, South Korean won, Indonesia rupiah, you got in the Iraqi dinar. Those are all below 1 cent area and can make you significantly more money. Same thing with the Vietnamese dong. Okay, so Vietnamese dong as well. It has devalued over the last 5 years, but it hasn't been that bad, right? It has devalued, but so we can't say that it hasn't made any movements, but it hasn't. It's not that bad though. It hasn't devalued like to the point where you're talking about Iran or Zimbabwe or Venezuela or something like that. It's just been constant devaluations, but nothing to the point where you're like, wow, right? Like this thing has gone down the tubes that is unbearable. That hasn't happened with the Vietnamese dong. And also the I think, I'm not sure they have a president or prime minister, but he came out and said that they wouldn't be devaluing anymore the rest of the year. So we'll see how that one plays out. But that's one of the ones that I think is going to do really well and surprise people as well. And anywhere between, anywhere between, for me, 5 cents to 50 cents would be awesome. Anything higher would be even awesome, 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 right? So that's another one that's literally been stable the last 5 years. Small devaluations here, for in the last couple 3 years, but other than that, for 5 years stability, it's been there. Um, and they're still thriving as well. So, okay, so South Korean won, Indonesia rupiah, Vietnamese dong, Iraqi dinar, and we got the wild cards, which is the Indian rupee and the Iranian rial or toman, and it all going to depend on, for Iran. It's all going to depend on the citizens, because if the citizens can get in there before they actually do lop it, then it'll be much better for us, because the citizens can stop the lop and they can actually just let it rise like the Iraqi dinar, and remake it and get the purchasing power and revalue it that way instead. But of course, if they did it that way, that would be helping the West out, because a lot of the people in the West hold the Iranian rial because they believe it was going to follow the Iraqi dinar in revaluings. And you got the Ayatollah and the Rouhani know that, so they wanted to, and the central bank as well, and they say, nah, we're not going to allow the Western world to make money off of, become wealthy off of our currency, so we're going to lop ours. Iraq isn't going to lop theirs, but we're going to lop ours, and we're going to try to stop Iraq from doing theirs, right? So, and that's their whole game plan, is to stop Iraq from revaluing, and lop theirs, so the Western world gets nothing, right? Um, but let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm going to keep Iran on there, because we don't know if they're actually going to lock for real. Okay, we don't know until it happens. They can say it. Parliament, they can take it to Parliament. Parliament can say, go ahead and do it. They can put out a date, October 1st or October 31st, November 1st, to do it, and the citizens can uprise and kick them all out of there, right? So who knows? So we're just going to have to watch and see how that plays out. Okay, so there's other currencies. I'm trying to think. I know I'm missing some. Colombia, the Colombian money. I don't know much of. I don't really study that one, but I know people are saying, watch that one. People are saying watch the Mexican peso as well. Um, what else? What else currency people are saying to watch out for? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I can't remember. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Should I even say it, because it was on Benny's I mean, I've talked about it before, but it was on Benny's pay-per-view, so I'm not sure if I want to talk about it. It was not the new one, but the one before. So I think I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. Well, this is Patreon, so this is paid. And we've talked about it before. Benny even said it on the pay-per-view. So, and the pay-per-view is about, what, 2 weeks old now. So, anyways, another one that a lot of people, you guys, like, is the Algerian dinar as well. So, um, and yeah, so Algerian dinar, it's 1-0 above the Iraqi dinar, so, and the South Korean won, so it's 1-0 above it, right? So I think it's at 0.008 or something like that, and while the dinar is at 0.0008, right? So three zeros. No, is that true? Is Iraq at, yeah, Iraq is at point. Is Iraq at point zero? Hold on, I don't even know anymore. Like, I'm gonna have to actually check it out. So let me actually go up here, so I don't make myself look stupid here. Let's actually check that out now. Let's go to dinar versus USD, and let's go here. Yeah, so 0.008. I was tripping. I was like, I know Iraq is not at 2 zeros, it's 3 zeros. Yeah, 0.0008. And then you got the Algerian dinar. Jurian dinar is at 0.008. Okay, so it's not at 1 cent yet, so it's under 1 cent. Okay, so this is another one that people like as well. Hard to find though. Okay, but and what else? Trying to think. What else? Jordanian dinar. Okay, let me put Jordanian dinar to see where that's actually, what price that is actually. I want Jordanian though. I don't want USD to Jordan. I want Jordanian to USD instead. Jordanian. Okay. Oh yeah, $1.41. So out of our league. Okay, so one Jordanian dinar is $1.41. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Is that it? I know people were talking about Saudi Arabia and things like that, and I told you guys stay away from that. There were some gurus. I'm not going to mention names, but there was gurus talking about, it might be a great time to pick up Saudi Arabia's currency. I told you guys stay away. On YouTube, I told you guys stay away from Saudi Arabia's currency. Because the prophetic word says that Saudi Arabia will burn and burn and burn and burn and burn. So I would just stay away. Now, maybe they might surprise me, but for me, looking at it, I'm staying away. Okay, it's not worth my time. So and let me just see where it's at. 27 cents. So it's not worth my time. And anyway, it's in the same range of the Indian rupee and possibly the Iranian rial. You know what I mean? So it's not worth my time. I'd rather buy the ones that are way cheaper. That is going to give me a better return on investment. All right. So those are the currencies. You guys know them already, and I was just keeping you guys updated. Maybe I had to throw in a new one in there. If there's a new one, then I'll throw it in there in the future. Okay, but those are the ones right now that I like. Okay, so let's get into the trade deal, and we're actually past our time. We're already at 22 minutes. Wow. Okay, so let's go through this very quickly. Brexit, no chance of U.S. trade deal if Irish Accord hit, says Pelosi. Pelosi vows no UK trade deal if Brexit undermines Good Friday Accord. Britain is desperate for a U.S. trade deal, but would it pay off? Okay, so let's come over here, and once again, Nancy Pelosi leading the way, even in everything even in the Brexit situation. So Brexit, okay, we already talked about that. Says, what if Parliament voted out Boris Johnson? He just got in. How you vote out somebody that just got in? It ain't even been 30 days. But he refused to go. So they're saying, what if Parliament voted him out? What if the Commons voted him out, and but he refused to go? What would happen? So I don't know. Dozens of Labour MPs are reportedly ready to back the Brexit withdrawal agreement. Okay. And it says Boris Johnson, Brexit opponents collaborating with EU. Interesting. Johnson sparks cross-party backlash over Brexit collaboration claims. So he's saying that they're collaborating with the enemy, the EU, and then now they're saying, no, we're not. And we don't like you for that. So I don't know how this is getting ugly, and it should be, because we're trying to get to the crisis, and we need a global crisis, and when things seem at their worst, I will set my people free. So we'll just have to wait and see how this all goes down. But he said by the 31st of October he will be Brexiting out. Okay, so let's see how that plays out. Now let's look at some altcoins very quickly, and we'll be done. So Dash is sitting here at 96, and we can see that we went lower today past that, but we haven't break this low yet. So that's 91. So here comes the death cross as well for Dash. So within the next, I'll give it 10 days. Within the next 10 days, we'll have the death cross finally on Dash there, and be able to reset the chart. Maybe we come down to 90, maybe we go to 85 and reset from there. Charlie Lee explains slow Litecoin core development and why we shouldn't worry. Nobody's worried about Litecoin. It's the means of exchange. And that's what's going to be the key when Deutsche Bank goes down. We're going to need a means of exchange because Deutsche Bank is going to take down literally the system, right? The derivative system will crash. Everything will go down with Deutsche Bank, and Litecoin will be the means of exchange with Bitcoin Cash. And so, it is what it is. Okay, so let's go here and Tezos. Yeah, and it went through the line and down and I told you guys I would be buying here, but I don't have any. I do have some money, but I don't want to really use it right now because you don't want to put everything in the investment. You got to have some money on the side to be able to live as well. So, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. So maybe it comes even down here, and then I'll be able to buy it here. Okay, so anyways, that's Tezos there. Let's everything is down because the if you guys didn't hear, the SEC went after Veritasium and Reggie Middleton. I guess fraud and all allegedly fraud and misleading people and that Veritasium is a securities or whatever the case. You know what I mean? And then they did it with Ripple today, and Ripple's down 10%. So they said Ripple misleaded people, and Ripple is Ripple a security? They want Ripple to answer back within the next 30 days or something like that, and it's scaring everybody out of the crypto market. So that's why everything's selling off. And so because of that, and because everything's selling off, Coinbase then says that they're having problems with the banks. And so people are trying to sell on Coinbase, and it's saying that your withdrawal has been extended for 72 hours. And so now we have chaos on Coinbase for people trying to withdraw, and it's a mess right now. Okay, and interesting because I remember Snippy said that he got news from his peoples that that we were going to see a hack, and then the hack would cause other exchanges to delay withdrawals and things like that, and that's exactly what happened. Binance hack on the KYC, and now Coinbase is extending out withdrawals. So, man, this is it's ugly right now. And the SEC is attacking everything right now in the summer. So, SEC is going to come after a bunch of these coins. So, a lot of these coins are in trouble. Now, Litecoin, they already went through Litecoin. So, Litecoin was already announced that it's not a security and it's good to go. We thought they already said that with Ripple as well earlier last year. I thought they also said that with Ripple, but they came back and said Ripple. So what if they say something about Litecoin, right? You know what I mean? So they said Litecoin was not a security, and that's why Charlie Lee sold his coins, right? To make sure that it's not a security, right? That everybody has the opportunity, everybody owns Litecoin, not just one person. Okay, so Charlie was, they gave him the heads up on that, and he sold his Litecoin, and so that he wouldn't have to go through the problems that Ripple is going through right now. Unfortunately, I have Ripple, and so now I'm I've taken the loss, and I'm just gonna. There's nothing I can do. All I can do is hodl and see if Ripple can get out of this mess. Tezos was able to get out of it, right? Because Tezos was in big trouble with the with the SEC. They were in big trouble with their own company. They were able to get out of it and then make a nice run up to $2, almost $2 range, right? From like whatever they were at, like 30 cents, 20 cents, 15 cents. So yeah, if Tezos can get out of it, Dash used to be in trouble as well. They were called something else. Then they became Dash. They rebranded, and then they got out of their problems. So we've seen cryptos get out of these problems before. So I'm hoping that Reggie can beat his thing and get out of his problem, and then also Ripple and everybody else that is dealing with the SEC can get out of their problems, because it's not helping the markets, as everybody is really nervous that their coin is going to be the next one that the SEC says that's a security and you've misleaded people. Okay. And Tezos is not, everything's down, guys. So I'm just trying to go through them. And I told you guys Saturday and Sunday we will go through every coin in the mornings. Okay, well, morning for me. I don't know what time it will be for you guys, but yeah. So Saturdays and Sundays, look out for the crypto charts. Videos where we just go through every coin that's on here. And if you guys want me to add other coins, let me know as well what coins to add as well. Okay. So if you don't see, if I don't go through your coin during during these videos, then we'll do it on Saturdays and Sundays because we're gonna go through every coin. All right, so Dogecoin, nothing is doing anything. Dogecoin's actually chilling, and you can see Electroneum obeying this line, obeying this little wet triangle pattern here. It's obeying it nicely here. So we're still sitting in here, and we'll make a decision very soon. Here, we're going up or down. Um, Imagine if Electroneum went to 1 Satoshi. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. It's really close though. It's at 39 already. So you know what I mean. It's trying to survive the bear summer. It reminds me of SC Coin when SC Coin was literally like at 50. I think SC Coin went down to like 15 Satoshis, and people thought it wasn't going to survive. It was going to go to zero, and then it did. It had a great bull market season, and I think it went to like 150, 200 Satoshis in the bull market from where it was at the bottom there. So it could happen here with Electroneum as well. And once the bull market comes in full effect, Electroneum could go from that 30 Satoshi area all the way up to 2, 3, 4, 500 Satoshis again. And the same thing with Digibyte. We've seen it. We've seen Digibyte explode up to the ridiculous numbers as well. What do we have here? We went to 14 and got a nice doji here, and we had a 14 there. So are we done here or something? Like, are we gonna stop here, or we're gonna try to continue higher? We need to get over this freaking green line and use it as support. Okay, Tron not doing anything as well, just going sideways. At least it's not dumping. BitShares has been so quiet. I don't even know if Dan Lanimer even cares about BitShares anymore. We haven't heard anything. Coin looking like it's going bearish now. ADEX, you can actually get ADEX on an atomic wallet, so that's pretty cool. It's been suffering here. Ripple. Okay. 10x Pay not doing anything. Miso goes down. Binance. Let's look at Binance. And Binance here. Okay, so kind of like a spinning top there on Binance. Inside bar with a spinning top sell signal. Yeah, that's a red flag. But I thought this was a red flag, and we still went higher. So just because we have a spinning, maybe parts. Look, we had one here inside bar, and we still got a bull break. So, and we even with a dev cross coming in. So Binance is strong enough to pull this off and continuation higher with a nice bull break there. But it does have a sell signal trying to come in. Here's Dash. Let's actually draw a line here on Dash. See if it obeys this line here. Okay, so Dash doing okay versus Bitcoin, but it's actually been tanking on the US dollar side. It's pretty interesting. Alrighty, Litecoin versus Bitcoin. Okay, going sideways still. And at some point it's going to break bullish or bearish. Wow. I mean, stellar. Back to 6, 8 there. Just incredible. Okay, so big sell signal in. Its brother Ripple is getting the hammer by the SEC. Death Cross comes in, and look, they're doing it with and this is perfect timing because if the SEC is watching the chart here on the daily chart, the Death Cross just came in. Perfect timing to say Ripple is misled their investors and it's a security. It could be a security. They didn't say it was. They said it could be a security. But I thought they just told Ripple that they weren't a security just last year. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know. But anyways, so, it went all the way down to 23 cents. The Bulls, the Ripple boys are buying the dip down and are not going to let the SEC push them around. And so this would be awesome here to see the Ripple boys come in here, buy this all up, and then turn it green tomorrow and send this thing flying up and saying, SEC, screw you. And that's what the crypto markets are gonna have to do, man. They're gonna have to say, you know what, SEC, we don't care about your rules. You're not gonna scare us off, and screw you, right? And so that's what's going to happen. The Veritasium, instead of people selling off their Veritasium, because it might be a security from the SEC, right? Right? You should be hodling your Veritasium and buying more and telling the SEC, screw you. Okay, but we had a bunch of people that joined the crypto markets that are actually fiat people. Like, what I mean? They have no business being in the crypto market because all they care about, they love their banks, they love the fiat, they love the SEC and regulations. And so they have no business being in the crypto market because the crypto markets is anti that, right? So it doesn't even make sense. I thought it was funny. I saw all these people come into the crypto market like, aren't you like, don't you like fiat? Don't you like bankers and stuff? What are you doing here, right? And so I just thought it was funny. And you can see as soon as the SEC or some regulations say something, these people run away. Only people that are holding down Veritasium are people that actually like cryptocurrencies and don't like that are anarchies and don't like the fiat system that they know that is going to die off. Right, so they're holding their cryptos regardless what the SEC says. They're gonna hodl their coins, and regardless, and they'll play it out. If it goes to zero, it goes to zero. They don't care. All right, so Litecoin sitting at 77. We'll wrap it up here with Litecoin and Bitcoin, and Litecoin just hanging in there. Sell signal here on Litecoin's candle, sell signal on the MD. Let's see how low this goes, or let's see if the bulls can hold that line as the def cross comes in. And let's look at Bitcoin and wrap this up. Bitcoin Cash sitting at 314. Maybe I should have bought Bitcoin Cash today instead of yesterday. But either way, I got my one, and I get it for free anyway. So it's kind of like I'm always averaging down anyways because I get it for free. Anyways, Bitcoin right here is the bulls are not buying the dip here on Bitcoin, so. The bulls are staying away right now, so maybe they plan on going lower. So the bulls are staying away, and because you don't see any buying right now. Little small wick there. So the bulls are staying away. We're down 721 points on Bitcoin here. So the bulls are staying away. All right. So that's it. Talk to you guys later. And the 4 stocks that we own are doing magnificent, right? Especially from where I gave you guys the stocks. Some of them are up 100% already. So awesome. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.